Good afternoon, everybody. Happy Family Day. I'm coming on today with Paper Pumpkin. This is our February Paper Pumpkin, the Lovely Day kit. I'm coming on a few days later than most people because mine actually went missing. I've been on the phone with FedEx and trying to figure out. I got a delivery notice for 9:30 in the morning on Friday. And it showed up today. One of my neighbors delivered it. She found it in her backyard on top of her recycling bins. So not really sure what's going on with that. She said that is where the FedEx guy puts her parcels if she's not home to accept stuff. So maybe they read the address wrong. I'm really not sure how that's possible, but yeah, maybe that's what happened. So I'm happy that she found them this morning, and I was super happy. I've got two, so I'll just show you. You watched me just take off that plastic coating. Super happy that Stampin' Up! Has changed how they deliver the paper pumpkins. So I know like there's some issues around like the environmental side of having it all wrapped in plastic, but that sure saved me because we had a rainstorm the other day and these were sitting out on top of her uncovered recycling bin in her backyard, so they would have been totally destroyed. Yes, I got them all, Janice. So yeah, they would have been completely destroyed if they had been outside without that plastic wrapping. So I'm super happy that Stampin' Up! Has switched to this. And you know, now we'll get our boxes undamaged, and also now they won't have that awful sticker attached to the box itself. So the box is going to be really pretty now because that sticker's attached to the plastic that we remove. So keep it extra safe and looking extra pretty when it's on our shelves in the room, or if I use these to repackage things. So yeah, so I have been really working hard not to watch too much and see what's in here, but I do know that it coordinates with the Happy Birthday to You stamp set. So here are some absolutely gorgeous cards made using this paper pumpkin and the Happy Birthday to You stamp set. So really beautiful alternatives. Super excited to try those out. But let's take a look at what's actually in here. Okay, so we got a Rococo Rose Stampin' spot. So I'm actually going to go grab my Rococo Rose. Just give me a moment. It's over here somewhere. There we go. I had it out for a class yesterday. We were using Rococo Rose with the lovely lilies. So that's awesome. And then we have this gorgeous stamp set. Wow, there's a beautiful rose in there. And this it's like a larger version of the flowers that are on that birthday cake. Some little buds, a single slice of the cake, and then some sentiments. Let's turn around. So you're a great reason to celebrate. Have a lovely birthday. Congratulations. I guess birthday wishes. And then these little bars that would make great background, or you know, candles and stuff like that. Oh, or I see to stamp in the cake to create, you know, your nice white icing, and then like maybe a chocolate cake or something. The stamps are beautiful, Janice. Wow. All right. So now we'll open this up. Also, this is interesting. They do still have the plastic wrapping around the paper products inside the kit, though. I wonder if they'll change that over time, or if this is just the easiest way to make sure everybody gets all the pieces. So I'll move that out of the way, and I'm going to move my box. There we go. Grab some scissors. So this little Stampin' spot I'm going to pop into a little gift basket or something, and send that out. There we go. All right, so open this up. So yeah, I'm super happy to have received this, and we'll see. It looks like these are all birthday cards. I may have to grab a little thank you stamp and make one of these into a thank you card for my neighbor who found this and brought this over. Really nice of her. So some really beautiful sequins here in like some shimmery pink. I love that we get our dimensionals, and then all sorts of little pieces here. These are like like pop-outs and stuff of the birthday cake, which we also have this same stamp, so we can recreate this. And then that's just like the speckle, like I showed in a video. Or maybe it wasn't a video, maybe I just did it in a class last week. So really easy technique to do. And then the gorgeous flower, which again, we have that stamp, so, or something very similar. And then some other fun little pieces to punch out here. Oh, and some beautiful background. And I'm guessing that this stamp, yes, the stamp lays over that perfectly so that the color shows through. That's awesome. And I love like the little hole punches along the side. And then if you're not into that, if you wanted to use it for something different, just flip it over and you've got a blank page to do that. So those are some great pieces. Oh, my favorite part of all the paper pumpkins is the gorgeous envelopes. These are fun because they are still for a standard size card, it looks like, but they open just a little bit differently. Let's just see if this is your standard size. Yeah, so it's 5 3/4 by 4.5. So this will fit your standard card inside it. That's awesome. Those are beautiful. And then these are awesome. They're like shiny stickers, except that they're dimensionals. That is fabulous. Those are gorgeous. All right. And oh, and then a third color of envelope. So we've got the, wow, what is that? I didn't even look at what the colors are. So it's Pretty Peacock, Rich Raspberry with Rococo Rose, or Petal Pink. Petal Pink, Rich Raspberry, Rococo Rose, Old Olive, Pool Party, and Pretty Peacock. Beautiful. All right. So some really nice colors there. Love it. And then these are, oh, and some more fun little envelopes. Oh, it's like a, oh, I love it. This cute little card. That is so sweet. Those are fabulous. And so you can use these as they are, as cards like this, or use this as like a thicker designer series paper. And so that's a lot of fun. And then we've got our Pretty Peacock base here. So this is just a card base, but I love these because you can have the fun pattern outside with the white inside, so it's still easy to write in them. So those card bases, some kind of shimmery outlined banners, and then a really beautiful rich raspberry background. That is awesome. So I am loving, oh, and then more banners. I am loving the colors in this. For those of you who watch my videos and see the things that I post online, I am really big into these colors, especially the Pretty Peacock right now. So we've got the instructions here to make these 3 cards. They're really beautiful. So we'll just get started right away. I am going to take a quick peek at the instructions just so that I make sure I don't mess up anything. So it looks like we're stamping cake layers and floral images. And then step 2, putting dimensionals on the backs of all these bits and sticking them to the card bases using dimensionals. Okay, add some flowers, add our stickers, add our embellishments. All right, so that looks like we're going to be able to do this. So I'm going to just grab one of the cards here. So it looks like we're going to use the Rich Raspberry back with the floral image here and one of these banners where we say, "Have a lovely birthday." All right, that's perfect. And then we'll need one of those dimensional stickers. Where did it go? Oh, I left them right out. Perfect. So we'll use those. So they said that we're going to stamp on here with our rose image. So I'm going to grab that. This is a beautiful image. All right, so grab a block and, oh, this just fits on the paper pumpkin block. They were pushing it with this one. All right, there, we've got that. And so this is the first time that I'm using this stamp, so I am going to kind of ink it up and then do a test stamp on, oh yeah, see, it's not inking such a large image that you really want to look and make sure that you've got it fully inked. And then I'm going to do a test stamp just to make sure that I got it fully covered. Yep, there we go. So now when I look at this, all right, it doesn't have to be perfect because it's all just this very soft watercolor, but I want to kind of get it right. All right, for those of you who like are really worried about this, I would grab your Stamparatus, line it all up, and then do it. But for me, it's watercolors. It's supposed to be soft and kind of messy. So there we go, close enough. All right, that is beautiful. So with that stamped, we are now going to grab some words. And let's see, we've got this banner and they're suggesting have a lovely birthday. I'm just wondering with these if there's any other, I don't think there's anything else that would work in terms of that spacing. So that's what we're going to go with then. So we need have a, and we want this to be kind of over this way so that like over to the right, so that the way the lovely will fall around it will work. And then we want our birthday to fall quite far over to the left so that it will also fall in line. And then do we want it kind of lower? Let's just grab this sticker and see. So I'm not going to take the sticky back off of it, but I am going to pop it out. So it pops out so nicely. And so when we look at this and where this lovely is going to pop into here, that's going to be just right. All right, so we've got those lined up where, actually I wonder if we can move the Hava down. No, because we'll end up covering it. So the Hava should be up quite high and to the right, and the birthday down quite low and to the left. And then so that I don't have to worry about it, I'm using one block to pick up both of those. And now I know that those are spaced properly, so even if I get the birthday a little bit higher or the Hava a little bit lower, it won't matter. Now I'm looking at that though and thinking that doesn't look straight. Okay, I'm going to redo the birthday. So let's see here. All right. Let's line that up so it'll be straight. So this is where using the grids come in handy too, because that birthday just didn't look straight to me. Okay. So that's down below. So put it down below. All right. So I am definitely doing this the hard way. I should probably just clean that and redo it. Okay, that's going to work well, and then we'll just double check it on here. Yeah, that's still going to work well. Okay, perfect. Got it actually straight now. All right. Come in there, stamp that. All right, so that's kind of the hardest part of this card, is getting those words lined up nicely. And again, you could use your Stamparatus to have that done and keep it straight. But now that I've got them both on one block, that'll be easy, and I'll keep those mounted to do the others. And there we go. That's going to fit perfectly on there. Oh, so excited about that. All right, so I am not going to use my dimensionals that they brought me. I'm going to go grab some out of another bin over here. Oh, or maybe I'm not. Oh, they're all on my table. There we go. So I have so many that are like half done, so I'm going to just try to actually use up some sheets today. So it looks like this one's my closest to being done. So I'm going to use this up. I'm going to put quite a bit of dimensionals on the back. Oh, sorry, there's also a little flower. Oh yeah, you're right. I should do that little sprig. Thank you for showing me that. My eyes are not working today. My brain is still on being outside without having a paper pumpkin this weekend. We've been getting out and doing a lot of walks and stuff. We were down at the de Beauville Slough today. That's actually where I was when you called me earlier, Janice. Was walking along the slough, and oh, just such a beautiful day. So I won't go too much farther with putting dimensionals and stuff on there till I get that flower on. So glad you pointed that out. So yeah, I totally missed that. There's this little flower, and that's going to kind of fill in some of this space for us as well. So grab my Rococo Rose again. And ink that. So again, because this is the first time, I am just going to do a test off. And yeah, I saw that it didn't quite, there we go. That's a better, okay. So then we're just going to come in here and stamp that. Awesome. I'm so glad. I was kind of thinking, oh, it's looking a little plain, but I would have figured it out. All right. So, oh no. One of my dimensionals had lost its backing already. All right. Oh, for some reason I don't have my scrap tin here. I was doing a bunch of die cutting with pieces that have little bits, and so I have my scrap bin over at my Big Shot. Here we go. Oh, that's right, because you were one of the people, lucky people, who actually got theirs on time. Yours wasn't delivered to your neighbor's recycling bin. So weird, but just so happy to have it. All right, there we go. So that's done. Now I'm going to put some dimensionals on the back of this and pop this one up, so it's just kind of like the key points. You don't want any areas kind of dipping down. So there we go. This is going to be quite a thick card with all these layers, because the Lovely is also basically a beautiful dimensional. All right. And so then I don't want to cover up as much of this flower as they have. It's really a shame. I'm going to kind of move this over and down a bit, I think. I'm actually tempted what would happen if I put it up top. No, it definitely does need to go down. But I'm going to kind of, I don't know. Let's see. They really have it like across the center of the flower, and that just seems like such a shame. I'm going to put it down lower. And then we'll take the backing off of this Lovely. And there you go. Okay. So that's done. Now we just need to add our sequins. So I have that little bag of sequins, and then they did provide us with the little mini glue dots. We had a sheet of those, and these I actually love using. I like them way better than the roll. So if you have trouble picking up these little sequins, you can use your take a pick tool. I am horrible with it, so I'm not gonna torture you by making you watch that. And I'm also not gonna use these itty bitty ones. I'm gonna use a couple of larger ones and one kind of medium one. We're not gonna use those baby ones. So it's nice, there's like the 3 sizes in here, and we can pop a few of those on. So the way I do this is I peel this off. Oh, I got 2 for 1. All right, we'll do 2 at a time. And then I pop them onto the backs of my sequins. And what I like about these ones on the sheet is they are slightly smaller than the ones you buy in the box. And so they work better for this medium-sized sequins as well. And then you peel that backing off and pop this on where you'd like it. All right, so it's a little bit finicky. Can be a bit of a challenge, especially if you've got like the beautiful fancy nails and stuff. I do not have that problem. I would ruin fancy nails in a heartbeat. So there we go. Oh, I know you are the queen of FedEx issues. I was actually really impressed, though. I finally called this morning because I thought, oh, maybe, you know, I don't know what I thought, that even though the thing said it had been delivered. Maybe somehow they had messed up. So I called them today just to verify, and they were so quick. Within 10 minutes of me having called, they had said they'd call me back within 3 hours, but within 10 minutes they had called me back. They had spoken to the driver. He said that, you know, he had put it off to the side of the house, so I went and looked on the side of our house, and it of course wasn't there because he put it at the side of somebody else's house. But you know, at least that gave us some clues, and we were able to figure it all out. So there is our first card all done. That is beautiful. All right, we'll put that to the side for now, and we'll grab our next one. So let's see what we'll do. Break it up here. We'll pop in with some pretty peacock. All right, and then with that one, actually I'm just gonna put these out of the way. With that one, we've got this fun background where we've got these pieces to pop out. And this is kind of fun because it looks like we actually glue this one down and then pop this one up. So it creates some dimension, even though it's like, it's really all just one sheet of paper. This is a technique that you could so easily do just with your own cardstock at home, is using a punching something out and then doing that layered piece. All right, so I think we still need this stamp one more time, but we're done with our larger rose. So I'm gonna just clean that up and put the little piece of birthday cake on here. All right, and oftentimes I will decorate my envelopes. I think I actually might for this as well. It'd just be really nice, especially for that first card, to put a little Rococo rose onto the envelope. So let's just grab one of these, because this is the one that I would put with that last card, I think. And so on the front of this, even though the inside's all nicely decorated and stuff, on the front of this, let's see, which way would I do as front? I guess I would have it open on the side. I'm not sure. I'm going to decorate there, and then I would put my stamp there, and yeah, have it open on the side. So just a little decoration on there to make the outside special as well. Good afternoon, Val. Nice to have you on. I finally got my paper pumpkin. I was just telling like the little saga of how my paper pumpkin went missing. And one of my neighbors just brought it to me. So super happy about that. All right, so I just took the rose off of here. So let's pop this birthday cake on. And now it's interesting because the image looks, actually, you know what? I don't think I used this. I think I used, there were birthday cakes. There we go. Okay, I see. So that piece doesn't actually go behind. There's actually already a birthday cake here. And this is what I'm going to use, is this birthday cake. And so I do still need to mount a stamp, but it's actually the inside piece. There we go. All right, and we're going to stamp that with Rococo Rose. Very nice. So now if you've got like all your blends and stuff, you could totally color in this cake as well. But they actually just, actually I'm going to give that one good stamp there. Okay, so they actually just colored in the cake inside. And so this is already lined up for you. You just have to stamp it in the right spot. So you color in your cake, and then they just use some of the sequins to decorate the top of the cake. But if you wanted to, you could come in here with any colors you have at home and like give that candle like just a little yellow tip and stuff. I might actually, I don't know if that's light enough. No, that's pretty dark. I'm not gonna bother. If I had a lighter yellow, I might come in and do that, but I don't have the So Saffron, so I'm going to leave it as well. So then it looks like this goes in there, and so you can be pretty, let's actually put our dimensionals on the back of here so that we can get this a bit better lined up. So So I'm doing like a strip across the top. I just want it to be pretty sturdy around, around that circle. And come on in here, across here, and just a couple around that circle. All right, so got some crazy coverage of dimensionals here. Oh, I probably should have done my stamping first. Oh, actually no, my stamping's gonna go on a banner, so we're all good. So to get this underneath, I can actually peel off these dimensionals, and because some of these are gonna stick to this paper instead. There we go. Peel them all off. Let's go. Da-da-da. Might have gone overboard with the dimensionals on this one. Alright, so now that is where I would like that birthday cake. So perfect, those dimensionals that I had there, just kind of picked it up. They're still peeking out the sides, so they're still going to hold everything down. I'm going to pop one more in there. And then I'm also going to grab some glue. I know lots of you would use snail. I'm not a big snail fan, so I'm going to grab my liquid glue. This one's almost out. There we go. You really don't need much of this though. I like literally just got like a tiny dot on the end and can drag that along. That's just going to hold that in place extra just in case my dimensionals didn't fully grab it, although I think they did. All right, and now we'll line this up on the center of our card and pop that down. There we go. Okay, so we've got this extra piece. I don't think we use this for anything later, but it's kind of a fun piece that we can use for something else. So that's really beautiful. Then we're going to grab a banner, and it's one of the ones that has both ends. So we'll grab the 2-end banner. And we're going to need some big words. We're going to be using wishes. We're going to be doing birthday wishes here. All right, grab that. And I should already have birthday on a block. I do. So I'm just going to clean this. And then stamp it. I'm not even going to remove the hava because it's going to be stamping off of our image anyways. So I'm going to come in here and just ink up the birthday. And then for me, I'm going to do this. For some reason, I have an easier time stamping up and down than I do side to side to get things straight. So there we go. That is done, nice and straight. Now they have this image going onto the cake, like covering up the cake again. Like they really like to cover up their beautiful images. I think I'm actually going to put it down just a little bit lower so that our whole cake stays visible, and kind of pop it in like that. Well, actually maybe I will go up a little bit higher. There we go. All right, but not covering up nearly as much of the cake as they had. All right, so to do this one, I'm going to use 1 dimensional under this end, and then I'm going to use one of the glue dots on the other end to hold it down. That way it's not going to get like kind of buckled and stuff. It will stay popped up on the side that's popped up and flush on the other side. Okay, peel those off. Oops, peel that off. Oh, all right, and there we go. So just covering up like the very bottom of the birthday cake. There we go. And then bring in our birthday wishes. And getting that as close as we can. There we go. All right. Now, I don't want that dimensional to stick down. So I'm actually going to take a mini dimensional and I'm going to put a dimensional under a dimensional to keep that popped up. Because I don't want it kind of like when it's in the envelope, kind of pushing everything. So there we go. Dimensional holding dimensional up. Oh, now be careful. I bent mine a little too much and put like a little crack line in there. That's too bad. All right, so maybe do that top of your wishes before you stick it down. That's just going to keep everything staying flat in here. And then, of course, we've got more sequins to go on here. Now, I put that little baggie of sequins somewhere, and I've lost it on my desk. That's crazy because my desk is actually clean today. I took part in a challenge last week to clean up your stamping space, and so my desk is actually really, really clean right now, and I'm still losing things. That's craziness. All right, well, we'll maybe move on, and when I find them, I bet you, oh, there they are. So same thing again, we're going to use the mini glue dots to put these on. I'm just going to pour a few into my hand. A few too many. There we go. So, and there are lots in here, so like don't feel like you need to restrict yourself to like 3 on a cake kind of thing, because there are so many in this little baggie, more than you could possibly use for the, what is it, 9 cards. So yeah, go crazy. Now for these itty bitty ones, because I did get one little itty bitty one out, I will just use some liquid glue and put like the tiniest of dots right on the paper where I want the sequins to go, and I will adhere it that way, because even our smallest glue dots are too big for those little itty bitty ones. They're great for making shaker cards, which is actually something I haven't done in a long time. It might be time to make a shaker card. All right, let's get this out here. Pop that on there, just like it's one of the little flowers, and I'll do one down below. And then the last thing I'll do is that glue, because then I can set it off to the side to dry, and I won't accidentally bump it as I'm doing other things. All right, pop that one down there. And then with my glue, I'm gonna put like the tiniest, just get that shaken. Now if you have the fine tip glue, you could also use that, and then you'll be guaranteed to get an itty bitty dot of glue. Oh, this one might be done. Oh no, there we go. Tiniest little dot of glue there. And then pick this little guy up. This is where the take your pick tool comes in handy, because it's got that putty end, so you can pick it up and place it exactly where you wanted. So I've just placed that one there, and we are good to go. So there's our next card, and then of course it's got the lovely matching envelope, and it doesn't come with the kit, but I am gonna grab my birthday cake and throw it on a block and just use I might actually use the old olive like they did. Actually, you know what? I think that might be too dark. I'm going to use Pear Pizzazz and put a little birthday cake on here. And for this one, I think we'll do it this way. Oh, I should have done a practice stamp first to make sure it was inked up. Oh, perfect. It was. Yay. So there we go. A little Pear Pizzazz on that envelope to put in that birthday cake piece and just kind of make it feel a bit more finished. All right. Okay. So that's one of the advantages of having a few more supplies than just what comes in your paper pumpkin, is to have those extra colors and be able to add that. Although I think Pear Pizzazz was one of the colors in a previous paper pumpkin, so if you've been collecting them for a while, you would have that color. All right, now our last card is this fun one with the little clip in it, and we're gonna grab our rose from here. So this is a card that you can totally recreate, because we've got that stamp or something similar, and you can color it in using your blends or whatever you have for coloring. So now this card, they're saying it's gonna go to the side like this. That's gonna pop on with dimensionals, and this is why I didn't take this rose off of here, because we are going to, oh, now before I do that, I should make sure I leave enough space, because we're going to put a banner and some words on here below. So I'm going to grab the words. I'm going to grab the word celebrate. And so you're a great reason to celebrate. We want enough space for that. And then the flower goes up above it, just slightly tucked under. And then we're going to have our rose. Okay. So yeah, kind of doing all that laying out of the pieces. And then you can just move them out of the way and do your stamping. That's just going to make sure that you get everything in place. Well, thanks for popping in, Val, and you can always come back and watch the rest later. Have fun with your company. All right, so, oh, I'm just gonna need that Rococo Rose still because we've got our words to do. So I need to grab my Have You're a Great Reason To. And I'm going to be lazy and not clean anything. Oh, actually, to get these straight, though, because if you kind of pop them onto a block, just like by laying them down, you know, sometimes they can get just a little, like a warp or something into them. And so this one's going to go on sideways onto our paper pumpkin block. And I lined it up using the lines on our page. Okay. And I find this is always easier to stamp up and down. Silent when I'm doing those words. There. This is such a beautiful stamp set. So many great expressions, and the flower, oh, I just love it. All right, so we're going to dig into our dimensionals. So this one's almost done. So come in here and use up some more of this. Okay. So I know lots of you would like actually be, you know, getting out your scissors and cutting those. I just find tearing them works just as well. Nobody's seeing the back of this flower. So be careful when you are doing this, that you're putting the dimensionals on, but you're not going like too far over, because this is going to sit so that it kind of goes across that flap, but you don't want the glue going across the flap. You want to still be able to open your card. And then this flower is kind of hiding that tab. Oh, and also making it challenging to close it again. Interesting. All right. No, I'm not going to worry about closing it right now. I'm going to worry about finishing the card. So then this is going to need some dimensionals on the back of it. I guess you don't actually have to, because you are putting the Celebrate on there as well that's got the dimensionals. So you could just use mini glue dots to put this one down, but I want it up above. Oh, see, now I told you don't put them too far over, and then what do? I don't listen to my own advice. So for this one, to make sure it's in the right spot, I'm actually going to put the dimensionals there, peel that off, and then line this up where I want it. There we go. And peel off those backings. Now, I'm going to get a bit crazy here because I want this. Oh, that is so crooked. Wow. Okay. Let's straighten that out. There we go. Much better. All right, because I want this Celebrate to go on top, kind of, like just barely. I don't want it kind of pushing down. I am actually going to put dimensionals on the back of my dimensionals. Getting a little crazy here. So I'm actually going to use kind of like these thicker ones and pop that in like that. Oh, those are so sticky. That's awesome. All right, just kind of along the way. No, that one's going to need minis. Oh, these are very sticky. That's awesome. Okay, so I'm going to pop in a mini there and a mini down here, just to keep it extra puffy. So there we go. Pop these off. That way, when the tops of those two taller letters hit the raised up piece, it's all going to stay raised up. Okay. The other option here is, if you don't want to layer up double on your dimensionals, is just using mini glue dots to put down the words. Okay, and then this one goes right like that. All right, there we go. All right, so that is, oh no, sorry, again, our sequins on here. So I'm going to pop in here with some sequins and just grab a few and then I'll pop the rest back in the bag. Now I do actually have an extra like container that I had other sequins in, so I'll probably end up putting these into one of those. It's just I find it easier to work with them when they're in a tray instead of in a bag. So yeah, anytime you finish up some embellishments, keep those containers and then you can use them to put other things in. Alright, so come in here, do that. So these cards are absolutely gorgeous, and projects that they have given us pictures of. So I'm just going to put our last piece of sequins on here, and then I'll give you a quick peek at those. And I am going to try and pop on later in the week, probably Friday night, to do a little video showing some of the alternative projects, possibly the ones that they've shown us in here, or something of my own creation. So there you have it. That is our final card. And where's the envelope? Here we go. And I'm going to use the green envelope for this one. I think that's just such a nice kind of contrast. And again, I'm going to put a little stamp on there. So I'm going to grab my Rococo Rose and my little rose again, and come in here and stamp the corner. There you have it. So that is our 3 paper pumpkin cards. So we've got that one. We've got our sweet little birthday cake, and our have a lovely day. So 3 absolutely gorgeous paper pumpkin cards. So that is our paper pumpkin. I've talked about it a little bit earlier in the month about how right now is a great time to sign up for paper pumpkin, because you actually can earn so many freebies during celebration. And right now is an even better time, because in March we're actually getting a second stamp set as a freebie to celebrate oh, what was it, 7 years, I think, of Paper Pumpkin. So this is their 7th year, and so they're throwing in 2 stamp sets with next month's Paper Pumpkin. So absolutely fabulous time to sign up, and such a great way to do some quick and easy crafting. So they've got here, I'll just bring this in, they've got 4 little samples here of other things that you can do. Oh, look at that, the shaker card idea. So I might be giving that a go. We'll demo that because I haven't shown you guys shaker cards in a long time. So just lots of other ideas of what you can do with this kit. And especially if you've got, here we go, the Happy Birthday to You stamp set. And if you don't, this is a stamp set that you can actually earn for free when you place a $60 order. So give me a shout if you want to place an order and earn this for free. And then I do have 1 paper pumpkin extra that I haven't sold yet, but I am going to ask that if you're interested in that, that you give me a shout today, because otherwise I do have a friend in North Van who had asked, but I want to give you guys, my customers, a chance at grabbing this one first before I send it off to my friend out in North Van. So that is it for today. I'll see you on Wednesday with a video where I'm going to be focusing in on the Mosaic DSP this week, and so we're going to be creating a card with that. And then yeah, I'll see you later this week with a paper pumpkin alternative project. So have a wonderful family day, enjoy this weather, and I'll see you soon. Bye.